Hello friends, I heartily welcome all of you in the fifth lecture of Basic Organic Chemistry. Friends, these lectures are specially prepared for the BSc and B Pharmacy student for pursuing their degree. These lectures are also very useful for the preparation of civil service examination and various competitive examinations. Therefore, you listen these lectures carefully, subscribe the channel, like the lecture and give your valuable suggestions in comment box. In this lecture, we have planned to study last part of organic compounds, that is classification of organic compounds. In this lecture, we are going to study ethers, anhydrides and amides, and one more compound, that is a urea. Friends, what is meant by ethers? Ethers are oxygen derivative of alkane or aromatic hydrocarbons. Ethers are represented by functional group ROR or AROAR or AROR. We have several ether compounds day to day prepared by organic chemist. The smallest ether compound is dimethyl ether. It is having a CH3 two groups at one side, left hand side, and another group to the right hand side. That is, oxygen is flanked by two alkyl group, methyl groups. So this type of ether is a symmetrical ether, as both groups from both sides of oxygen are identical. Second compound is diethyl ether. So friends, this diethyl ether is also a type of symmetrical ether, only just change in alkyl group. Oxygen having a two ethyl groups present on both sides of the oxygen atom, diethyl ether. Next compound is ethyl methyl ether. In this ethyl methyl ether, oxygen having a one ethyl group and another side having a methyl group. As these two groups are different, therefore this is a unsymmetrical ether. Then next compound is ethyl phenyl ether. In ethyl phenyl ether, there is one phenyl group and another group is ethyl group. This is also the example of unsymmetrical ether. Next one compound is diphenyl ether. This diphenyl ether is a symmetrical ether. Friends, we always use petroleum ether in our laboratory. It is also known as a PET ether. What is PET ether? A petroleum distillation fraction having a low boiling range, typically around 30 to 60 degrees Celsius, contains a mixture of low molecular weight aliphatic hydrocarbons commonly used as a non-polar solvent, and this is known as a PET ether. Petroleum ether is not classified as a ether. It is a different terminology. It is only figuratively signifying extreme lightness and volatility. Petroleum ether, also known as benzene. So ethers have large advantages in society or in industries. Ethers are best solvent. Any organic compound which are insoluble in alcohols or other solvents are soluble in ethers. Therefore, it is a best solvent used in different industries. It is also very good solvent in varnishes. It is used as a lacquers for varnishes. And these ethers are also starting material or substrate for synthesizing various types of organic compounds. After ethers, the next member, the next compound of neutral family is anhydrides. An means no and hydra means water. The compound, those are without water. There is no presence of water. There is a removal of water during their generation, their preparation. Such compounds are known as anhydrides. And these anhydrides are represented by RCOOCOR. Thus, we can define as derivative of carboxylic acids are known as anhydrides. When carboxylic acids, any carboxylic acid heated strongly at 400 degrees Celsius in presence of alumina, we get different types of anhydrides. So this is the splitted formula for anhydride, RCOOCOR. So these are some anhydrides which are commonly used in laboratory. So this is the first anhydride, that is a acetic anhydride. So this acetic word represents, shows us the genus of this compound, that is from which carboxylic acid it is formed. So as acetic anhydride name is there, it represents us that this compound is formed from acetic acid. So this compound having the structure CS3COOCOCS3. Second compound is benzoic acid. Benzoic acid is also anhydride, benzoic anhydride. This compound, benzoic anhydride, is produced from benzoic acid, and thus when benzoic acid strongly heated, we get a benzoic anhydride. So this is PHCOOCOPH. So this is the formula for benzoic anhydride. And let us come to the last compound which is widely used in laboratory, that is a phthalic anhydride. This phthalic anhydride is produced from phthalic acid. What is the structure of phthalic acid? You know, phthalic acid means when benzene having a 2 COOH group attached to the ortho position with respect to each other, this is known as a phthalic acid. And when this phthalic acid is strongly heated in presence of suitable catalyst, we get a phthalic anhydride. Where these anhydrides used? So friends, these anhydrides are very useful in different sectors. First sector is pharmaceutical industries. Anhydrides are used as a pharmaceutical agents, starting material for producing different types of drugs. Second, industrial chemicals. It is used for starting material in production of various types of compound, organic compound. Anhydride, acetic anhydride, is used as a ingredient of explosives. Sometimes or many times you may say these anhydrides are used as a reagent or ingredient to produce different types of perfumes. Anhydrides are also used for synthesis of different types of esters by acetylation of alcohols. You might know one famous reaction, that is a Friedel-Crafts acylation. In Friedel-Crafts acylation, anhydrides are widely used, and that reaction gives us different types of esters. Or in many reactions, sometimes it is used for protection of alcoholic group, amino group, etc. So it has variety of use. Then one more compound you might aware of this compound, aspirin tablet. So what is the chemical name of aspirin tablet? It is a acetyl salicylic acid. So synthesis of acetyl salicylic acid or aspirin, this pharmaceutical compound is synthesized by using acetic anhydride. You might know some narcotic drugs, or you might have heard these drugs. Synthesis of heroin by deacetylation of morphine can be achieved by using acetic anhydride. Just I have mentioned the another one use, that is a protecting group. Anhydrides are also used for protection of alcohols and amines. Such types of groups can be protected, or it may be used in phenols also. All type of phenols can be protected, or all types of OH groups are protected by using acetic anhydride. So friends, after anhydrides, let us come to the next compound of neutral family, that is amides. So friends, amides are also derivative of carboxylic acids. It has a general formula RCONH2. Amides are carboxylic derivative of ammonia. It is represented by functional group RCONH2. So this is the functional group, and we have different examples of amides. Very premier, very small amide is formiamide. So this is made up of formic acid and ammonia. So name itself suggests how it is become, or how it is formed. So formic acid gives formiamide when reacted with ammonia. So thus formiamide. Second compound is acetamide. So this is the part from acetic acid, and this is the ammonia part. So thus this is acetamide, this is amide, and made up of acetic acid and ammonia. Next one is propanamide. This propanamide is also made up of propanoic acid and ammonia. Then this is quite different. In amide side, or nitrogen having a one group here, therefore it is known as a N-methyl formiamide. So this part is formiamide part, and on nitrogen there is one methyl group, that's why it is known as a N-methyl formiamide. Then N-methyl acetamide, so this part is acetic acid and this methyl group, therefore N-methyl acetamide. And dimethyl formiamide, so on nitrogen, two hydrogens of amide nitrogens are replaced by CH3 group, twice CH3 group, therefore it is known as a dimethyl formiamide, DMF. It is a very well known solvent in different industries or different conversions, organic conversions. So friends, this is a benzamide. So this compound is made up of benzoic acid and ammonia, therefore known as a benzamide. And this is one alicyclic amide, that is a cyclohexanamide. So basically it is a cyclohexane carboxylic acid, and when treated with ammonia it gives cyclohexanamide. Uses of amides, where these amides are used. So friends, amides are also very good reagents for organic conversion. It is used in some polymer, nylon and Kevlar is one polymer. These polymers are made up of amides, different types of amide. Just I have mentioned that DMF is a very good solvent. One more drug, that is a paracetamol. Paracetamol is made up of amide. Penicillin and LSD, these drugs are also made up of amide, different kinds of amide. Lidocaine, this is one local anesthetic reagent used in dental work. So this lidocaine is also having a amide structure. Then these are the different pharmaceutical agents used in local anesthetic, used as a local anesthetic in dental work. This is a mipivecane. Mipivecane. So mipivecane is also a very good reagent. Then Prilocaine is also another one anesthetic reagent. Then bupivacaine is also very good anesthetic reagent for dental work. Articaine is also one more compound like this. So friend, just I have mentioned the paracetamol. So what is the structure of paracetamol? Paracetamol, you heard this compound very well because it is very good antipyretic drug. So what is paracetamol? See the structure. This is the benzene having a OH group, means this part is phenolic word. And if you uh, delete this part, then this is a NH2 group. At para position phenol, there is a NH2. This means para-amino phenol. But how this paracetamol is made up of? One of the proton of amino functional group present on para position is replaced by acetylation reaction by using acetic anhydride, and thus this compound become paracetamol or acetaminophenol, very good drugs in uh, antipyretic group. So friends, after amide, let us come to the last part of the neutral compound, that is urea. Urea is also sometimes referred as a carbamide. So carbamide having a structure NH2CO NH2. This urea neither seems to be purely organic nor it is inorganic. It is a blended compound. You might know the history of this urea. Urea in 1828 discovered by one famous scientist, Frederick Holler, and he tried synthesis of urea from inorganic material, and he was successful at that time to produce the urea from human urine or animal urine. Urea is widely used in fertilizers as a source of nitrogen. It is also important raw material in different chemical industries. Urea can be used to make urea nitrate, a high explosive that is used industrially and as a part of some improvised explosive devices. It is a stabilizer in nitrocellulose explosives. Urea cream is indicated for debridement and promotion of normal healing of skin areas with hyperkeratosis, particularly where healing is inhibited by local skin infection. Skin necrosis, fibrinous or itching debris or itcher specific con. Specific condition with hyperkeratosis where urea cream is useful. So friend, what is the overall conclusion of this urea in dermatitis work? So urea is widely used in various types of cream which are used for skin. Dry skin and rough skin when present at that time, the cream having such a type of that creams having a one ingredient, major ingredient as a urea. So dermatitis, this is one skin disease, and in that skin disease, urea creams are used. Psoriasis, this is one disease regarding the skin. For psoriasis, creams having a urea ingredient. Ichthyosis, this disease can be cured by using urea contained creams. Then eczema is one very well-known disease in skin or in human being. So eczema can be cured by using creams having a one of the important ingredient as a urea. Keratosis is also one disease regarding the skin, and all this disease that is a keratoderma, keratoderma. This also one disease, and having the creams having a urea, then corns, then calluses, this type of disease, then damaged, ingrown and devitalized nails, such a types of diseases regarding skin and nails can be cured by using urea creams. Friends, I tried my best level to simplify the importance of organic chemistry, how organic chemistry is useful in society, what are the different compounds of organic compounds. You might know organic chemist is being synthesizing thousands of chemicals, thousands of new molecules per day, and how all these millions of compounds, organic compounds, can be classified in uh, different groups. So, mainly, it is classified into four groups, that is, acid, phenols, bases, and neutrals. I have tried my best level. Friends, you listen this lecture again and again. You should listen it carefully. Subscribe my channel, give your comment, like the lectures, and if there are some lacuna in my lecture, please comment in comment box. Thank you very much. Thank you.